Hello everyone, welcome to SQL Maestros. I am Satya Ramesh. Today we are going to discuss about pivoting in SQL Server. So let's start with a simple example. For this example, I am going to take few tables from SQL Maestros database which are related to hands-on labs. So we have a table called HOL.lab which is containing all details regarding to each lab that are available in hands-on labs. And we have another table which is called HOLs.download statistics, which contains all the download details of each lab that was downloaded by the subscribers. So these are the two tables which are available in our SQL Maestros database. So if you observe, we have a common column called HOL ID. So our requirement now is to find out number of downloads per each lab per year. So I wanted to see for each year per lab how many downloads had happened. So to achieve that, what we can do is we can just simply group all the titles together, title of the labs together, and we can also group by year of download date. If we group by these two together and we do the count, then we can simply get the number of downloads per each lab per year. So the output should look like this. So if you do find the solution for this, so this is how the output will look like, general group by query. So if you see, this output is not understandable. So it is fine, output is correct, but if you see, the output is not understandable. So it's very improper way of representing your data. So for example, if you represent the same type of data by just taking few rows and transpose them into the columns and represent in this way, then our data is very neat and clean and our representation is very understandable. So this conversion of rows into columns, for example, if you see the rows inside year of download column or 2012, 2013, 2014 are now converted as columns like this. If you do this transposition, then our data is more understandable. This is called pivoting your data. So let's see the same thing in action by using a small demo. So let me switch back to my SSMS, and before going ahead and doing the pivot, let me show you the two tables that we are going to use in our example. So first table is labs table, HOL.lab, and second table is HOL.download statistics, where we have all the download data related to each and every lab. So now let me execute this particular query to find out number of downloads for each lab per year. So we are just grouping all the records. First, before that, we just perform inner join operation between download statistics table and HOL table, and we just join these two tables based on HOL ID column. Once we had done that, now we are grouping the data first by title, then by year of download date. Once the grouping is ready, then we are counting the number of downloads in download statistics table. So if we do that, then we are getting the result like this. So let this execution complete. So we have all the records here. So if you see, the deadlock part 1 lab in the year 2012 got downloaded 72 times. Similarly, in 2013, it got downloaded 335 times. If you see, we can find out downloads for each lab for every year. So this is managing system databases. In 2012, it is 70. So if you see, this is not a better way of representation. If you just simply transpose few rows into the columns, then we can understand our data in a better way. So that's what pivot is doing for us. So before pivot operator was introduced, so we have to accomplish this particular task using multiple switch case statements. We have to write multiple statements, one for each column, then this transposition will happen. So but we have pivot operator available now, so we can take advantage of that pivot operator. So let me execute this query first and then show you the output. After that, I'll go through syntactical details of how pivot works. So let me execute this particular query. So the output is more understandable now. You just see deadlock part 1, and we have 2017 to 53 downloads. Likewise, for each and every year, we have the number of downloads of this particular lab. So this way of representing your data is very, very understandable. So we can take good decisions about our business. So let's see how this works syntactically. So in the pivot, first we need to pass the input, actually the source of source to pivot. So which data I need to pivot. So right now we need to pivot this particular data, right? So we have this particular data, we just need to pivot that. So this particular data is our source. So how to get this particular data? By using this particular query. So I'm just passing the same query here as pivot source. So this is the source for our pivot query. Once we have the source, from this particular source we are pivoting data based upon year of download in 2017, 2016, 2015, similarly 2012, right? So we are just pivoting our columns based upon year of download column, and once we pivot that, we are just summing up all the downloads. So we to perform pivot operation, we at least need one aggregate function. So here I am using sum function to achieve the result set, or else you can, depending upon our requirement, we can use any of the aggregation function like max, min, average, sum, count, like that, right? So this is our source, and this is using pivot operator. We tell SQL Server that pivot based upon this column with these values and sum up number of downloads column. So once we tell that, SQL Server perform pivot operation behind the scenes, and then finally we are selecting the values we wanted to see. We want to see title value, and we also want to see these particular column values, right? So we just mention all the years so that our output will be very clear. Let me execute this particular query again, and you can see the output as expected, which is better to understand. Fine. So before pivot operator introduced, as I told you, we need to accomplish the same thing using case statement, right? So once pivot implemented, what it's actually doing behind the scenes is again using the switch case statement. Let me show you that. So let me show you, let me turn on show plan text on before and then I execute the same query again, which will show us how SQL Server executed this particular query. If we see this particular execution plan in text format, and I just take out this compute scalar, I'll just take out this compute scalar, and I'll put up this one in notepad. I'll put up this one in notepad, and if you observe, this is multiple switch case statement. If you see case, multiple case statements to one for each year. So one for 2017, one case statement for 2017, one for 2016, one for 2015, one for 2014, one for 2013, and finally one for 2012. So this is what happens when you perform pivot operator. Actually SQL Server internally perform case statement only, even though you write switched pivot operator. Fine. So that is how it works. Now one more thing before we conclude this video is, right now we hard coded this year values here like this: 2017, 2016, 2015. What if there are multiple years? For example, this 2018 is about to end. After that 2019 will also start, and people start downloading the labs also, right? So if 2019 also there, then we need to modify the code to include the year 2018 and 2019. So to avoid that, we can rewrite this particular query using dynamic SQL, so that whenever a new year joins, it will automatically pop up in our result set. So that I am leaving for another video, where I'll show how to use dynamic SQL to dynamically perform pivot operation. So friends, that is all about pivoting inside SQL Server. Let me go back to my slides again. So if you have any further questions beyond this video, you can post your questions in our Facebook group and LinkedIn groups. Links are provided here. And you can also join our community on Telegram, which is a small group where you can post up your questions and we'll answer them. So that's all friends. Thank you for joining this video. So if you want to follow me, this is the Twitter handle, and see you soon in the next video. Thank you.